can Max Verstappen win the Grand Prix in a sprint race? Let's kick off with that, because he can win a third straight Drivers' Championship in a sprint race. That is entirely possible. In fact, you could call it probable. He needs just 6th place in the sprint, and he might not even need that, depending on the result of Sergio Perez. If Perez wins, Verstappen needs at least 6th place. Thoughts on, Harry? This could be happening in a sprint. It's already our question of the week that we'll get to later on, but what are your thoughts that this might happen?
That's my thoughts.
Anything else?
Do you know what? This has been on the cards for a while, hasn't it? This was bound to happen. Someone was going to... Thank the Lord that it's just a dominant year. Max Verstappen's winning it early, because imagine if for some reason it was like an actual tight battle, which I'm sure if it was tight, we would go down to the wire. But at least there's that. This isn't like a close championship that's being fought and it's being decided by a sprint race. But still, this sucks. this is awful. It just feels wrong. And again, like I say, I guess it doesn't matter as much because Verstappen's winning it early anyway. It doesn't matter, if it's not Saturday this weekend, it'll be Sunday. But it just feels wrong that he's gonna jump out of the car. He may well jump out of the car on Saturday evening and be a 3-time world champion. And we've still got the Grand Prix to do that weekend. Just don't like it.
Well done, sprint races. I hope you're happy. You've got your win. Got all the grace and decorum of a reversing dump truck without any tyres on. Yes.
The worst thing is, it will just give F1 more reason to defend sprint races.
That's the bit that's getting me. Hello, folks. My name's Ben Hocking. I don't like sprint races. If you're a fan of sprint races, good for you. You could be happy at the weekend.
But also, you're an idiot.
I didn't say that.
I did, though.
But I'm not disagreeing with Harry either. No, I think everyone knows at this point. It is well documented what my thoughts on sprint races are. You're right. It's just a bit weird that as soon as they were introduced, this was a possibility, right? And especially now, given the amount of points that are on offer for a sprint race as well. So, it was very unlikely this was going to happen in the first iteration of sprint races, where it was just 3 points for a win and 2 for second and 1 for third. I think that was the point system, right? But now at least it's 8 points for first place. So now there is a real possibility that this could happen on a Saturday. And in fairness to sprint races, it's not just this. I've always said it about the fastest lap point as well. It's like that could very easily, when you introduce points into the whole scoring system that aren't related to where you finish on a Sunday, whether it's a point for pole position or fastest lap or sprint races, these things can happen. In fact, I wish I'd put money on it a couple of years ago. This was going to happen at some point in the next few years, and here we are. Your main frustration is my main frustration as well, in that they're going to use this to justify sprints even more. Do you remember that really... No, I can't use that word. No, let me think of another one. You know that really rubbish survey they did a few years ago that justified how all fans around the world love sprint races unanimously?
Yeah.
This is going to be version 2 of that, isn't it? It's going to be Brazil 2021, that incredible Lewis Hamilton comeback, right? It's because it was a sprint. It would have happened in a race anyway. But it's attributed to sprints. Same with Austria this year. You remember Austria this year? That was a great sprint race. Might have had something to do with the weather. And this is going to be another one of those instances where it's like anything can happen in a sprint, or sprints really matter. Championships are on the line. I can guarantee you, David Croft of Sky Sports has already got a line prepared in the locker, ready to go for this. Max Verstappen sprints to his 3rd world title or something like that.
You're going to make me sick again for the 3rd time.
It's going to be odd, though. If and most probably when he wins the championship on Saturday, it's going to be like, way, champion, and all the celebrations, champagne everywhere, and everyone's going to be like, got to come back tomorrow.
Don't drink any of that, Max. You gotta drive again tomorrow.
It's going to be a bit weirdly muted, isn't it?
It's gonna suck.
I don't know. The atmosphere is going to be a bit odd, where it's going to be okay. No, let's just put celebrations at like 50%, and then we'll have the other 50% after the race tomorrow. I'm with you.
It's rubbish.
It's a bit rubbish.
Just why you do this, F1?
Who does a sprint race benefit? Apart from us.
Who is a sprint race benefit? McLaren? Maybe? I don't know. I don't really see the problem with sprint races at the moment is that they're just little they're mini Grand Prix, and Max Verstappen keeps winning them. Then he keeps doing the same in the sprint races. So
I mean, largely speaking, if you're quick in the sprint race, you're also going to be quick in the actual race as well.
Yeah, because it's just a few less laps. Anyway, we're not going on to. We won't keep going about why they suck. But I don't. That's really the thing. I don't see how it don't really benefit anyone. It's not like you need a different style of racing or your car does different things. The only I guess the only thing it might be is on tyre wear. And we saw in Qatar when we were here 2 years ago, tyre wear was a bit of an issue because people got punctures towards the end of the actual Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And I guess the sprint race means that those who feel like they might be at risk of that won't be as worried because they
maybe some medium tyre starters.
Maybe some medium, yeah, exactly. Or maybe those risking softs and gambling. So
yeah.
As to who that will be, though, I don't know, because the form book below Red Bull, apart from Singapore, very mixed. So you'd say Ferrari potentially, but then also they did well. They obviously did well in Singapore, but sometimes their tyres up.
You're taking away strategy and pit stops.
Good thing for
maybe
Ferrari.
It benefits Ferrari.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Aston Martin, they've not been great on their tyres as of late, which is unusual considering they started the year great on their tyres. But yeah, this is a classic Harry not coming to a conclusion, but I don't really see who it particularly benefits. And I think that's just a running theme of sprint races now. I don't think you can go, oh, well, it's not like qualifying and the race where you might have a really good qualifying car, but your race car sucks, or vice versa, and you set it up that way. It just doesn't matter. It's just a little smaller race, and they're basically the same. So it benefits no one, not even the fans.
I know what you mean, though. It's going to benefit whoever's quick.
Yes, exactly.
The benefit of being quick on a sprint race weekend is that there are more points to play for. In fact, there are 30% more points on a sprint race weekend than on a regular weekend. So if McLaren turn up and they've got a really quick car, it's going to benefit them because they've got the chance to catch up to Aston Martin quicker than what they would without sprint races. Equally, if Aston Martin turn up and they're very quick, one good result for them might make McLaren's challenge for the championship not impossible, but a lot more difficult. Certainly, if you get one or two good results on a sprint race weekend, that could be the difference between Aston Martin and McLaren at the end of the year. So it seems like a cop-out answer, but it is probably going to be whoever's quicker between those two teams is probably going to be the team that this benefits the most. Like I say, I think one good result, and certainly with Texas as well. Obviously, Texas is also a sprint race, which, unless someone can correct me, I don't remember if we've ever had back-to-back sprints before. No. So if you're Aston Martin and you put two good results together in sprint races, that might see you through to the end of the year. I appreciate we've also got Brazil as a sprint race. How many sprint races have we got at the end of this year?
It's really snuck up on us, this, hasn't it?
Yeah, they haven't really spread them out this year, have they?
Oh, that's rubbish.
There's only 6 for the year.
We've only had 3 to go. Yeah, we've only had 3. I guess that makes sense. We only had 3. That's maths.
Never mind. Well, obviously Sam's not here, but there was one thing that Sam needed to get involved in this because we do have bold predictions. Sam isn't looking too good in bold predictions. So the one thing that he absolutely needs to make sure he contributes to this podcast was a bold prediction to ensure he doesn't lose the opportunity to gain a point. we haven't done a lot of point gaining this year, in all honesty. Well, after a good start, not a lot anyway.
No.
But Sam needs at least 2 the rest of the season to draw level with yourself, Harry. And he's only got 1 so far this year.
Odds are not looking great, but you never know. You never know.
Do we have his audio submission? I know he's got poll 1, 2, 3 on there as well, but
is it all in the same clip? Do we think we haven't listened? Can you tell we're not listening to this? We were also debating before we started recording whether Sam's remembered it's a sprint weekend. So bear with us, folks. I'm going to say I believe in him and he has remembered. You've got this, mate. Here we go. Here is Sam from somewhere in the north of England, I believe.
Hello, lovely listeners. So, yes, I'm not on the podcast this week. Sorry to leave you with the boring twins. But I have had to go to another lovely wedding. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, eh, ladies? Anyway, so, bold prediction, poll 1, 2, 3. I think Max Verstappen will have his most dominant weekend of the whole season. I think he'll win by the largest amount he's won by this whole season. I think he'll get pole position. I think he'll win the sprint race. He's just going to do everything because he's quite good at the F1. Pole 1, 2, 3. Well, baby pole, Max. Sprint wing, Max. Pole, Max. 1, 2, 3, Max. Second place, I think Perez will do really, really well because we love Sergio Perez and we never say a bad word about him. And then in third place, I think will be Carlos Sainz. I hope they're treating you well, and I'm so sorry. I'll return very, very soon for the qualifying review, which is definitely on the Friday, not on the Saturday. Anyway, love you all. Bye.
I was going to say, well, but that's wrong, right?
We're doing a Friday pod.
Well, Sam's doing it on his own, apparently.
Fun, mate. So basically, Verstappen will have his most dominant win yet. So he's going to sweep the weekend. And I'm not quite sure what his best winning margin is so far this year. It must be maybe Hungary.
We'll have to let that one up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or maybe Hungary. Or Monaco was quite a lot, wasn't it?
I think Monaco was only about 20, 25.
Okay. Or Belgium.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's exceeded 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere in the region of 30 to 35. But, well, there's points on the line here. We'll have to be extremely vigilant about this.
Yeah, okay.
What's your bold prediction?
My bold prediction for the weekend is that McLaren will win a race. Not saying which one, but they'll win one of them. Or they could win both. I'll say that counts as well, because I'm not being caught out by you pernickety. I almost said a bad word.
Wow, we've nearly done that a few times. We need to stop talking about sprint races. This is going to end up in bleeps and more work for Kirsty. We're already later than we normally are recording on a Wednesday. We can't increase her time.
We've already had to cut out Sam saying something about mac and cheese the other day because it sounded rude. So we can have more bleeps.
It's the most Sam thing not to swear and still get bleeps.
Honestly, folks, you won't believe how much it sounded like he said not mac and cheese. But anyway, I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh, man. Do you want to know something really funny?
Oh, no.
My bold prediction is not the same as yours.
Okay, good.
But it's incredibly similar.
They're going to win the sprint race.
I should have done what you did.
Oh, Ben.
You've helped yourself out by saying McLaren will win one of the two races. I've gone more bold. I'm saying Lando Norris specifically is going to win one of the two races.
Baby. That is bold.
Oh, look at me. I'm going to be really bold with my prediction. Everyone's going to be smart. Oh, Harry's gone for nearly the same one. Never mind.
Oscar Piastri's going to win now.
That's going to be so funny when that happens. Or Esteban Ocon wins.
Yeah. After I said he'd get a podium in Suzuka.
Okay, so sprint pole, sprint win, pole 1, 2, 3. What have you got? I think.
Yes. So sprint pole, I'll go for Verstappen. Sprint win, and again, I'm not clarifying this in my bold prediction, but I'll go for Lando Norris. Then race win, the 3-time world champion by then, Max Verstappen. Second will be Norris, and third will be Leclerc.
Only Leclerc? Like there's no...
Oh, sorry. And third will be Chipples Le Nipples. Good. You asked for that. I literally... You got away with me not saying a stupid Leclerc name, and you asked for it.
No, actually, Kirsty, scrap that. The title of this episode is Ben Asks for Nipples. That's the title.
No, Chipples the nipples. That's what he asked for.
Yeah.
The nipples.
Right, my sprint pole, Max Verstappen. Sprint win, Max Verstappen. Pole, Max Verstappen. First place, Lando Norris gets his first ever win. Second place, Max Verstappen. Third place, Oscar Piastri.
Did I not say pole?
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Oh, whatever. If there's a gap, Max Verstappen. Okay, dog.
Sure.
Write that one down.
You know how quite often on a weekend, I say always on a weekend, you have to get the red marker pen out and cross them off as they don't happen. I feel like that's going to be another one of those this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Max Verstappen's most dominant victory, and McLaren will win. Someone's not going to be right. Probably all of us. Okay. Under pressure for the Qatar Grand Prix. Who have you got?
My under pressure for the Qatar Grand Prix is both Alfa Romeo drivers.
Both of them?
I think they
different reasons or the same reasons?
Just both need a bit of a result, don't they? It's not
They've been really weird this year, Alfa Romeo.
I know.
Remember, like they were really quick at Spain and really quick at Hungary in qualifying.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Zhou Guan Yu had a top 5 start this year, but they've been like good in one every 8 races.
Yeah, it's been a weird. Weird is the right way to describe it. And I'm not saying they need to go and start, being in the top 5 or whatever. But I just think both of them have obviously now been re-signed for next year. Just go and show a bit of promise, please. We've got a few more races to the end of the season, but now's the time to start. So I believe in you, Alfa Romeo. They're not Alfa Romeo next year, are they? They're just Sauber or something Sauber.
I don't actually think it's been. I could be wrong. I don't think it's been confirmed what they will be next year. But you're right. It's not going to be Alfa Romeo.
Do you know what that whole outfit at the moment just reeks of hanging on, like Bottas, Alfa Romeo, just hanging around for just having a laugh.
It'll be around in 50 years' time. And Sauber will be on its next partner, and it will still be Sauber.
Something Sauber.
Yeah. You cannot get rid of it as a name. I love it.
Pollock Racing Sauber.
Hey, don't rule it out. Interestingly, in the Constructors' Championship, Alfa Romeo are currently 9th on 10 points, which puts them 5 ahead of AlphaTauri and 2 behind Haas. And I don't know, you would say 8th place is still up for grabs for the team if they can put one result together. But AlphaTauri have been a little bit friskier as of late, haven't they?
Frisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 points behind. That could, if Alfa Romeo don't score again this season, it's not impossible for the combination of Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Lawson, Kvyat, De Vries, and anyone else in the car to catch them.
He's coming back. It's going to happen.
Kvyat.
After he's been the janitor again of Red Bull.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to see if, they can get one more result. I'm going for George Russell. Man just needs a result.
Man does need a result.
At this point as well, because he's had, I think he's been pretty good after the summer break. Like, he's been quick, but he cannot put together a weekend, either deciding that the Singapore Grand Prix should be 1 lap fewer than what it actually is, or, a few other reasons that have happened. I think at this point, he would take being slower than Lewis Hamilton throughout the entire weekend and then just get a really lucky safety car and nabbing a P4. I appreciate result, like in terms of performance, that's not great, but he just needs a result in the top, even in the top 5, just something, because it's just not going his way whatsoever. And there is a realistic situation at the moment where Lewis Hamilton beats both Ferraris in the Drivers' Championship, yet Ferrari beats Mercedes in the Constructors, which, if that happens, that don't look too good on old George Russell, does it?
Ooh. Oh, dear.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, so any means possible, George Russell just needs something.
Come on, George.
What about our submissions? Have they gone for anyone else?
Well, we'll find out. Thank you, as ever. If you listen to this part and you're like, do you know what? I like my voice. I want it to be on the podcast. Join Discord. There's over 2,000 of you in there now. Oh, chatting
mad,
F1.
isn't it?
Absolute madness. I tell you what, chatting F1, we most of the time, unless it's a race weekend, we don't really chat F1. There's all sorts of channels in there now.
I swear to God, the Fahrenheit Celsius chat.
It went off. I'm sorry about that.
Our podcast chat channel has never been livelier than when we've discussed Fahrenheit versus Celsius.
It's so true. So true. Yeah, so there you go. But anyway, join Discord. Okay, first up is All Good Always.
Highly breaking. It's finally race weekend. First of all, thank you guys for that lovely nickname. All sass always. It's so good. So I'm here this week with more sass. Under pressure. Gotta be Checo. I mean, the guy has been driving as though he does not want that Red Bull seat. Maybe it's the fear of losing his seat halfway through the season next year that's keeping him excited about F1. I don't know. And also Mercedes. I mean, the calls that they've been making recently, get it together. Papa Toto, get your camp together. Love you guys at the podcast. Bye.
Papa Toto.
Papa Toto. Also, we're banned from talking ill of Sergio Perez at the moment.
Yeah, because people are mad at us and giving us bad reviews because apparently we're bashing Sergio Perez, which isn't true, but also he's been a bit crap, so... Is that good? Is that helped?
Yeah, that'll help. Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. Next up is Bristol Liam, or Liam from Bristol.
Hello, lads. My under pressure for this week's Checo Perez because he tried to kill everyone in Japan.
Oh, no.
And brought up the whole is Perez going to lose his seat again, so he could do with something decent here. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, Liam. I sense a theme developing here. Kirsty, give us a nod if this carries on. If this is going to carry on like this? Oh, thank God.
Oh, okay. That's
you.
Just remember, folks, we didn't say him.
It wasn't us. Was not us. Okay, next up is British Summertime Beef, the best beef nickname of the year. And her audio is called Beef Doesn't Like the Rain. So here we go.
Hello. It is absolutely pelting it down in Manchester. I do not want to get out my car. Life update. Did the pub quiz on Sunday and I helped win it by just 1 point. So I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Under pressure is Cheesy Labreezy.
Nice.
I just feel like he hasn't had a result. Didn't he get a P4 either way? I don't know. I want a podium or win from him. Just do something that's not just surface level, you know? Okay, bye.
Surface level. I like that. That's a good way to
Surface level beef.
Good beef. Oh, man. Thank you, Beef. I hope the rain stops in Manchester, but from what I've been told, it never does. Everyone's second favourite, Hazard, is next.
Second?
Right, boys, most under pressure for Qatar this weekend is Formula One itself. Max Verstappen will win the World Championship on a Saturday. How on earth are they going to do a World Championship, celebration justice when he stood on a 1 foot podium with a little beret on and they're not even got champagne or nothing? It's going to be a farce. It's going to look stupid and it's going to make sprint races look absolutely ridiculous once again. Not looking forward to it. Cheers, boys.
French Max Verstappen with his beret on. Why has he got a beret for?
I've got no idea. I'd completely forgotten about this, and someone has answered our question of the week with this. Do you remember the chair from the champion's chair from last year?
Yes.
I'd completely forgotten that was a thing.
In the room, they'd definitely do something stupid like that again. That was awful, especially because, to be honest, Max Verstappen's never going to win a championship in a normal way. No. Something happened in 2021. We won't go there. 2022, Johnny Herbert told him he was champion, which is no way.
Didn't believe him.
And he didn't believe him, which is fair. And then 2023, he's going to win it on a Saturday.
Can you just win a race without controversy on a Sunday and pick up the world championship? 4th time lucky.
Yeah, you'll get this next year. Don't worry, Max. Anyway, next up, Joys That Kill.
I'm going to go with Mercedes, and it's only because George has been talking smack in that one recent video. So if you're going to talk all that game, you're going to have to show it on track. I know they got a podium in Singapore, but it's obvious they're under pressure because George crashed out And Lewis's last podium other than Singapore was Silverstone, so they're going to need to start showing up in these last couple of races, especially in Coda, because I'll be there. I'll be watching you boys.
So will we.
What we'll be watching.
Yeah. This is our last preview episode before the big day.
That is... Oh, no. That's weird.
Scary thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next time we do a preview episode, there'll be 70 people in front of us. Anyway, next up, Black Flags Matter.
This is Danny from North Carolina, and my under pressure for this week is, of course, Sergio Perez. He's not the driver we've seen in the past, and his performance continues to slip. With a lot of good young drivers looking to make their way into F1, he needs to start performing and make himself marketable to other teams, as undoubtedly I think Red Bull has already moved on and made plans to replace him when his contract's up. Love y'all. Keep breaking late.
Not endorsed by us, that opinion, obviously. We love Sergio Perez.
Verstappen's very good. I feel... I'm gonna defend Sergio Perez here. A lot of people would suffer the same way that Perez has versus Verstappen.
I think it's fair. It's a very fair thing to say. But also, stop murdering people, Perez.
That would help, though, yes.
Would help your case. Okay, Save Leclerc is next.
Hello, everyone. I am here to save Leclerc from Ferrari prison.
Thank you.
And this week, under pressure, is our very own Mr. Ben Hawking.
Oh.
Will he survive the weekend with this very important sprint race coming up? Or will he spontaneously combust? None of us know at this point. Good luck.
Yeah, I might not make it to Qatar thinking about it.
Good luck, Ben.
Damn, my last preview.
Oh,
it's emotional.
It's been a ride. Okay, Grape Jelly is next.
I'm a first-time submitter, but I'm kind of nervous. But I think it's going to be Logan Sargent, because of all the crashes like so far in the season, especially the one in the Suzuka qualifying. So if like he can't pick it up in Qatar, I don't know whether he can get his seat for next year or not. But I mean, most likely he will, but you never know.
That's a me opinion right there.
Good. Yeah, Logan Sargent's under pressure. Thank you very much for that submission.
Yeah, I think it's very fair to say.
Yeah.
Stop crashing. Perez, stop murdering people. Logan, stop crashing, mate.
I don't think Logan would agree with the first statement, though. I think he's like, yeah, Perez can keep murdering people.
As
long as it's not me, I'm just going to like...
Put it along by. Okay, next up, Lee for Racing. This might be another new one. Whoa.
Hi guys, my name is Lee, all the way from South Africa, first time submitter for Under Pressure, long time listener. I really enjoy the podcast and learning a lot from you guys. I'm also a very new fan. This is the first Formula One season I've been watching from start to finish. The other ones I only seen like highlights. My under-measure submission is for Sam to get a bolt prediction correct. And maybe it's my birthday today. I'm not on a Patreon, but I thought I would maybe get a try. Thanks, you guys.
I don't know for certain, obviously. We've had a lot of different submissions, but that could be a first submission from South Africa.
I think it could well be. South Africa.
And it's a great one as well.
Yeah, first one, Rinse Sam. Love that.
Yeah.
Well, I would play Bungers next, but Bungers, mate, your audio doesn't work again for some reason. Sort it out.
It's a bad CEO.
McLaren will sort their car out. Sort your audio out. But finally then is Seb Alicious.
Oh, God.
His audio says Seb under pressure, Qatar. So this can only be good.
Oh, no.
Yellow lads. My under pressure for Qatar is Lando Norris. How much does that man want to flirt with a win? Like, he's done all the hard work. He spoke to the girl, bought her a drink, boogieing, they're at the bar. He's taking her back to hers. But he just can't get over the line, can he? Just go a bit faster, please. Please.
Oh,
that analogy could have got worse. So
yeah, well,
I'm all right with that.
He ended it at the right place. I think that analogy.
He knew when to stop. Did Seb Alicious?
Oh, Qatar.
Qatar, yes.
Qatar GP. Still not quite as good as Spa-Francorchamps, but yeah, we move.
I am petitioning for Sebalicious to always do a submission to see his pronunciation of all the races.
Abu Dhabi at the end of the year.
Abu Dhabi, yeah. Not quite sure what... I don't think Las Vegas can be interpreted in any other way, but I'm sure he'll give it a go. Las Vegas.
Oh, God. What about Mexico? Anyway, let's carry on. Seb, that's your challenge for the remainder of the year.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much to all of those submissions. They are all greatly received. And if yours wasn't played, it's nothing personal, we promise. It's just we've got to get through a good amount in a shortish amount of time. There will be an opportunity for more submissions, moment at the race, that will come after the Grand Prix on Sunday. And as Harry mentioned at the beginning, got to be in the Discord to get those in.